Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity, and he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in '66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving.
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
A part of why they came to defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On second down, here's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
A gain of 3, second down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now Jones. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
A first down throw for Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
A second down throw for Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Prescott down. That's into the hands of Tolbert. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Throwing Jones. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Only took him 3 plays, and they're already in the red zone, just like that. From the red zone now, Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz from 13 yards out. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
And he will have a Giants 1st down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, It's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 39. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So now facing a 3rd and 16 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Operating from the gun, Jones. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
From the 41, Prescott, and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually got to pick up a holding call.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Cowboys continue to pull away here in this first half. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Shepard deep. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling, and the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted. And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position when that drive started.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Boy, that's asking a lot of your punt team there. They were not able to deliver.
It's asking an awful lot of the punt team there, because if it's 4th and 4, 4th and 3, you've got a chance, right? That's a manageable distance to try and pick up when you're running a fake. But when that number's actually been in the weight room and it's pumped up like it was, that's difficult to do, all right? So you might even think to yourself, if I left my offense on the field, would they be able to pick that up? You could run a nice play.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Inside give to Elliott. And he's got some space here. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 41 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him... They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. And the Giants are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Jones. A quick pass here. He's got Shepard. And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Out to his left. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd down, Elliott. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott. 41 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I got down.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
sliding out of the pocket. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
To the right and complete to Galladay. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. On fourth down, Jones. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Jones throwing on 4th down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Big play from a big man. Kayvon Thibodeau off the edge and dropping him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play fake. Here's Prescott. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it is 42-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. He takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And now here's another 33-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong.
And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Cowboys add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense so far on third down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Prescott on first down. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you can always get the backups some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
The kick by Marr is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stinks.
And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline. It saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Well, agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense. Yeah. I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
The Giants go on fourth, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A first down carry by Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 28 yards. And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Oh, he's hit, he lost the football, put it on the carpet. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Prescott now on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now Prescott. Fires a slant complete to Tolbert. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Marr on for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
The Giants take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
This one swung out to Williams.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. From the 29, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing Jones. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Throwing here, Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Schultz.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
From the 17, Prescott.
Ball delivered complete on the crossing route, Gallup.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. But maybe some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Taken in at the 3.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big, you really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Dallas, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.